by Cardiff University. Do you remember Cardiff? I remember Cardiff.
Distantly, yes.
Hi, I'm Janneke Langfeldt. I'm Conservation Manager at the Museum of London.
I'm Siobhan Stevenson and I'm speaking from my County Down garden in Northern Ireland.
My name is Joel Taylor. I'm a Senior Project Specialist at the Getty Conservation Institute in Los Angeles.
So I'm Professor Jane Henderson. I'm Secretary General of IIC.
I'm JP Brown, the Regenstein Conservator for Pacific Anthropology at the Field Museum in Chicago.
Hi, I'm Chloe Rumsey. I'm an Objects Conservator at the People's History Museum in Manchester.
And I'm Jenny Mathiasen, an Objects Conservator at Clifton Conservation Service in Rotherham.
We also run the C Word Conservation podcast together.
Yeah, we do.
My name is Kathy Daly, Senior Lecturer for Conservation at the University of Lincoln.
I'm Dr. Eric Nordgren, Science Liaison Conservator and Subject Leader in Metals Conservation at Westdean College in the UK.
I studied a Bachelor of Science in Archaeological Conservation and graduated in 2000. I think studying at Cardiff gave me a very good, solid theoretical foundation that I could build my career on.
I'm currently running my own business, Legacy Conservation, which offers collections care, consultancy and project management for conservation. And I was an undergraduate at Cardiff, graduating in 1987, a long time ago.
I was in the first cohort of the MSc Conservation Practice, and you were in the second one.
I was in the second one, yeah, so we sort of looked to you as this kind of, what was it like kind of thing.
I did the BSc in Archaeological Conservation. I entered in 1982 and I graduated in 1986. I took a sabbatical year to edit Gaia Read. It wasn't much of a high point in student journalism. I think we were the most sued newspaper that year. Mostly libel, maybe some obscenity and blasphemy. I know we kept the student union's lawyers busy.
I attended Cardiff between 1996 and 1998. Well, Cardiff was the start of my career in conservation, really. I worked in museums and on archaeological digs, and so I teach conservation to students on the Bachelor of Arts and on the graduate diploma. And so I wouldn't be doing that if it hadn't been for studying at Cardiff.
I did my doctoral study in archaeological conservation and moved towards my career goal of research and teaching in the field.
I studied Archaeological Conservation, BSc, in the class of 1996. And then I went back for more. I did a part-time PhD, evenings and weekends, in preventive conservation. I think my time at Cardiff has been very instructive to what I'm doing now. It's actually crucial to me to being where I am and doing what I'm doing, which I really enjoy.
And I was a conservator as an undergraduate from 84 to 87, and then I did the MSc Cave Collections in 99 and 2000. Being a conservator has opened up the world of possibilities for me. The things I've had a chance to do because of doing this degree are astonishing. As a young conservator, when I graduated, I quite soon ended up working at the National Museum of Wales, working on some incredible objects and at some incredible sites. I was able to go block lifting in quite a few Roman sites in South Wales.
I worked in Cardiff both as a on contract, conserving the Llantylo Talabont wall paintings, which are now in St Fagans, and also subsequently working for CADI. I returned to Cardiff and became a tutor in conservation at Cardiff, teaching on the undergraduate scheme. And then finally on the postgraduate schemes, I helped to set up the MSc in Collections Care. I was head of Collections Care at National Museums Northern Ireland for a while, and I have used the skills developed at Cardiff to help me in my career.
The most interesting project that I've ever worked on was the Cosmonauts exhibition that I worked on while I was at the Science Museum. It was amazing. We had to go to Russia to assess and collect the objects.
Designing and installing an environmental monitoring system for Independence Hall in Philadelphia was a highlight. Bill Clinton was on site briefly. I got to hang out with the Secret Service people for about a week. Very tall, not much sense of humor.
Favorite project I've worked on in my career? I think that would have to be the USS Monitor project, conserving 200 tons of marine artifacts, rusty iron, all recovered from seawater, so lots of challenges.
What's your favourite project you've worked on in your career?
Because I'm a sucker for Egyptian materials, I'm going to go with it's going to be Egyptian materials. Probably mummies. I know that human remains are controversial, but there's something very special about looking after fellow humans.
My favourite object has to be the Manchester Suffragette banner, because it's the coolest object.
It is the coolest.
I love that you have an interesting series of challenges and you have to think of, go back to first principles to resolve them. And funny enough, as I sat down to record this thinking, oh no, lockdown haircut, I realised I cut my hair, my fringe, with a scalpel that I first got when I was a student way back in what might be called the early 80s, or prehistoric times, it's also known. And it's just kind of funny, isn't it, that whatever you do, whatever path you take, being a conservative from Cardiff University certainly stays with you. So I hope it stayed with other people, and I can't wait to hear your stories.